And, in games like this, obviously there's a little history between the two teams. Scored a lot of points against them last year, blowout. I don't think anybody could say that you ran up the score on them necessarily, but how important is it for you to manage those kind of games where you can score a lot of points on an opponent? Like when you call off the dogs, is it important to, play the game respectfully?
Well, I don't think of it in any of those terms. That's not what any of that's about. You go in with a game plan and it's specific to that opponent. So if you don't use them, there's a lot of them you may not use. You may not use those plays again the rest of the season. Now, sometimes they'll come back up because of the structure of the defense. So if you've got them and you're getting first downs, you want to use what you got. It's as simple as that. You're just trying to move the ball and play football, and like it's been done to us. That's happened, but there's no ill will about it. You're just trying to play football, and we're trying to score points. We're trying to eliminate points. That's what they're trying to do. They're going to try to score as many points as they can. There's no ill will on either side of that, man. You got to try to score. You got to try to eliminate points on defense.
To ask you, there's over the last week to a lot of people outside, it seems like the sky's falling. The Thanksgiving loss and Ragnow and Kirby and Terrion on IR now. Do you ever feel that way? And I guess regardless of if you do or don't, like how do you manage to put it in perspective after everything that's?
I don't think in those terms. I don't. I can't. That's not how I think. The guys that we have here are here for a reason. We got plenty of talent. We got plenty of good dudes that are made the right way. The coaches are good, and it's really about playing winning football, And it's going to take all three phases. And it takes every guy that we have doing their job. The margin for error is small, but it's doable. We can do it, and we got to eliminate the things that keep us from winning before we can actually win the game. Before you start battling against the opponent, you got to quit battling against yourself.
Wins start that snowball the other way.
Well, a win's always going to set you in the right direction. That's what it's about. And you can't look beyond the ones that's in front of you, and that's what we have right now. It's Dallas. That's got to be the sole focus, and it's everything that we have. We got to digest this plan, understand the opponent, understand who you're getting ready to face. You got to be ready to win those one-on-ones. What's he going to try to do to you? What are you going to do to him? And everybody's got to be on point. And that's all you worry about. And then you worry about the next one after that.
And the word I've probably heard the most in the locker room this week is urgency.
Mm-hmm.
When you go through a practice week knowing that you really need this one, how does urgency manifest itself in the day-to-day with these players?
Well, I just think the guys are on point. Look, they're always that way. There is always a level of urgency, but with this unit here, this crew, they don't like losing. None of us like losing, and it puts a bad taste in your mouth, and so we just came off a loss, division opponent, and we don't want that again. These last 2 days have been really good. The guys have been locked in. I thought they were flying around yesterday. But I just bring it back. Yes, there's urgency, but there's not panic. You start taking this to a level of, then that's when guys start making mistakes. Well, I'm going to start trying to do your job, and then I'm out of position to do my job because I'm trying to do your job, and that's when everything breaks down. So just do your job, handle your business, do it the best you can do it, and be on point. And eliminate the things that require no talent. The discipline, man, the fundamentals, the technique. You just handle that.
Terrion, is it the same shoulder that was giving him problems earlier in the year? And if so, when did it start bothering him again? When did you kind of make the decision to shut him down?
Yeah, yes, it is. And it's, it's been there. It's not like it went away. And it, bothered him in this game a little bit. So just felt like, it was something needed to be done.
Speak to the confidence you have in Jameson to step step up again. Obviously had a great performance after Saint left last week, but he's really shown that ability to kind of step up in games this year. Just the confidence you have in him if asked to do so again.
High confidence. He's really growing. I mean, he just continues to grow and get better. He's fearless. And he's just his fundamentals, for the speed and quickness he has, the ability for him to drop his weight now, and there's really some detail to his route. He's becoming a hard cover. And then you see the run after catch ability. He's had it. So his confidence is growing. Our confidence is growing. And he's doing well, And, I mean, he came back out this week again. I mean, he's full tilt. You should have seen him running yesterday. I mean, this guy, he works now. He works in practice every day. So, love where he's at.
One more on Terrion. Played 1,000 snaps as a rookie. Was pretty damn durable. This year from camp on, it seemed like just snake bitten. Different things, rotating, left a lot of games early. Was there anything about his style of play, or do you just chalk this up to one of those years, bad luck? How do you look at just his body of work this season?
Yeah, it's been frustrating, and I know it's frustrating for him. But no, I mean it just feels like one of those years. I mean, I wouldn't say there's anything out of the norm. He got off to a really good start in camp, and then the bug hit him, and then it just kind of was one thing to another. But yeah, it's just one of those years. It's a tough year for him.
And just looking around the NFL, it seems like we've seen a couple upsets every week this season. The league maybe more volatile than ever. How does the landscape of the league and the idea that everyone might be flawed, everyone might be beatable, change the way you view the ceiling, the outlook for your own team?
It doesn't change. I don't think it changes anything. I know for where we're at, it just goes back to, man, all you can worry about is what is right in front of you. And you got to play the best game that you can play and manage this game the best that you can. We know that's a potent offense over there. They're playing really good defensive football. This D-line is strong, very strong. And I just go back to this, man. It's going to take all three phases. We need all three units to step up for us and play big. They're hot right now. They're playing really good football. They got a lot of confidence. They're a rugged team, They are built off the O-line, D-line, but they got explosiveness on the perimeter. And Dak's playing at a high level, man. So, look, we know we got our hands full, but we're up to the challenge. We're up to it. And we know what's in front of us. And you can't worry about the other teams that are out there, the other teams that are in front of you, or what it looks like in the NFC. You just can't, and it doesn't matter. You went out, you might not get in, but you don't know, right? Hell, maybe it only takes 11 to get in. I don't know, but I know this: we got to win this one. So let's worry about that right now.
Over the course of the season, how much do you monitor the state of the league, the conference, who's up, who's down?
I don't even look at it. Because the one time we did one of those was I talked about it at the bye. I just showed where everything was at that point, coming right out of the bye. And that I haven't looked at it. I haven't thought about it, because it does no good. I mean, it does you no good, I mean, you can sit there and hope and whatever, and it doesn't matter. We got to take care of our business. It doesn't matter what happens, All the right things could happen, and if you lose, it doesn't matter, So you got to win. You got to win.
Just want to ask about Amon-Ra. Just how's he progressing? How close is he to playing?
He's better. That's the best way to say it. But I don't see him practicing today, But he is better, So I know this about if he can play, he'll play. That's the best way to say it.
Is he close to getting back at all too?
Yeah, I mean, he's getting better, but I don't see him this week.
Yeah, the other day Hutch was talking about the adversity that the team is facing. He was saying that it's easy to be gritty when you're winning and it's all sunshine and rainbows. Just given the current spot that the team is in, what can coaches like yourself and then the players learn about what you're going through right now?
Well, for some of these guys, this is a different spot that they've been in. For a guy like Hutch, he knows what this is. St. Brown knows what this is. Sewell knows what it is. Goff knows what it is. Decker knows what it is. We got plenty that have been through it, and. And so they got an idea of what it is, and you go back to work, you put your head down, and you clean up the little things, and because the little things are what win games in this league. So, you're sitting here 2 years ago and you're doing backflips, right? But now all of a sudden it's, with where we're at, it feels down because, we've done some pretty good things over the last 2 years, but you can't worry about it. And all you can do is handle your own business, handle your own play, your own coaching, and then go out there and play the best game you can play, execute.
Hey, Dan, one more really quickly. Kirby got back on the practice field yesterday. Seemed like the brace was agitating him, which I don't think is unusual for a guy playing with the brace new, but he seemed pretty down when we talked in the locker room. You just get a sense of how he came out of that return to practice.
Not really. Look, that's his first time to go out there. He's been rehabbing, he's been doing things on the side, but that's kind of his first being around it in the individual drills. And so, sometimes you're always going to hope for a little bit more than the first time you get back on the turf. But that doesn't mean this is a setback, Now, I know he can get frustrated, and I know it can be frustrating when you get hurt, especially when you've been trying to work your way back. And he's been busting his tail to get back. So, but there again, you just continue to treat it, try to eliminate the pain or limit most of the pain and to where he feels like he can produce. Yep.